just taking on all those tacklers, most guys would want to just kick back a little bit. You look like you're in phenomenal shape and still like to compete.
Well, and that was one reason I did it. I love competition. When I started football years ago, I said I want to be a great athlete. It had nothing to do with football, but a great athlete. And when the MMA came about, I decided at that time, this is something I want to do. And I just had to get the time where I could take some time off to go to a great gym to train, because you have to train. I don't care what anyone says, you have to go out and train. So I went out to AKA out in San Jose, California, trained with some good guys out there, trained with some great trainers, and got an opportunity to fight with Strike Force. And so the people there at Showtime put it on, and I'm very happy with that.
You just seem like such a pleasant guy. Was that angry side, which has to come out in MMA? Was it always just been lurking there?
Well, you know what it is. I tell people, I said there's a difference between on the field and off the field competition. And it was strange because I wrote a book a little while ago, and I was telling people about we all as athletes have these multiple personalities. It's just how severe they are. And I said, one of the things is when I'm walking out to the ring, you have to get into that mode that it's time to go. And when you hear that clink of that cage door close, you got to be ready to go out there and compete, because that guy across from you he's gonna hurt you. And I knew that. I've been in the gym that I was there with a guy like Cain Velasquez, John Fitch, Josh Cockchet, Josh Thompson, Luke Rockhold. Those guys will hurt you if you're not ready to fight. And I knew that I had to be ready to fight. And and I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna crown myself as a great fighter yet, because I fought a guy, Greg Nudge, who he was young like I was. He may have had maybe 2 years of experience over me, but he still was an up-and-coming fighter.
Herschel Walker with us here on 590 The Fan, KFNS, and KFNS.com. And I think that's why a lot of folks have been such a fan of yours lately. Shows like The Apprentice, and now you're fighting. You can see that you're competitive no matter what you do.
Well, you got to be. And I tell people that, I tell kids that in life. Be competitive with whatever you do. And I don't mean that you're going to win them all, because you're going to lose a lot of them, but get back up. The thing is, get back up, keep trying. Because, life is about winning and losing. Life is about getting up. Life is about trying. Life is about giving. And, I'm not perfect. I never have been perfect. I've made a lot of mistakes, but that's okay, because I've learned from them and made them better.
What was that show like for you? I'm a big reality guy, and obviously they edit that to make personalities out of each people, but I think were people watching that surprised that, man, Herschel's a really good businessman. He knows how to sell cupcakes and everything else, all these little tasks that you do. They don't realize you can move and shake here.
Well, they were shocked. I think that's what was so funny about it. A lot of people were shocked. I think sometimes football players shock people when they get off the field and show that they can do different things. But, people didn't realize that, I run a company. I run a company that has about a little over 800 employees, wow. A company that I created, and it's a food company. And what was funny is the show was interesting, because you make some friends and you make some enemies on that show. So it was
Clint Black.
Yeah, Clint was a little bit different, even though I love Clint. But Clint was a little bit different, and I had Dennis. Dennis was totally different, but I tell you, I made friends with someone like Jesse James and Joan Rivers. And you got a chance to meet some people that was absolutely incredible.
Well, what's next for you? Will it be fighting focused in your business? I mean, what's
well, it's hard to say. Greg gave me a good fight, but I may do one more. I love to do one more, but it's really up to my trainers and the fighters at the gym. Then my little boy, I have a little boy, and it's up to them. They got to tell me what they feel like they need to be doing, and that's what I'm gonna do.
And obviously, the Pro Bowler, Heisman Trophy Award winner. How much do you get a chance to follow football? You still live in Dallas, so football's everything.
Well, I keep up with football all the time, the college and the pro ranks. I was happy to see Alabama do well. I thought Alabama had the best team. I've been keeping up with Alabama. Being in the SEC, you keep up with them. So I keep up with Alabama, and this coming Sunday, you got the Super Bowl going on. So I've been keeping up with that, and it was funny because early on, I was giving the Colts as they're going to be the victors. I just thought that right now Peyton Manning was playing so well, and after the Jets game, where you see that he took control of that game and really did some great things, but now since Dwight is hurt. And I don't know why I just said, New Orleans defense has been playing very well. They started out like 26 in the passing game, but now they've been causing turnovers, which makes a big difference. And they've been really, really coming on very strong. And I think it's going to be a good game. I think if the Saints can match the Colts points to point, I think the Saints can win it. And the only reason I say that is with Dwight being hurt. They have that defense that they bend, but they won't break. Well, if you got a guy injured, that's tough to do.
Your take next year, this thing's going to Jerry's place. Your take on that? Quite a guy, Jerry Jones, and quite a building.
Well, I tell you what, that building is absolutely incredible. When I, being there near the building all the time, you see just how huge this place is. I said, I don't think it's a football stadium, it's an entertainment center, because I said that place, and you can see Jerry's putting everything in there. I was mad because he asked for a Merriweather fight, but he didn't ask to get my fight in there. So I'm like,
did he ask for money though? Did he ask for any money?
I don't know. I was like, my feelings was hurt. I'm like, Jerry, I'm gonna fight it too. Ask for me. He wanted Merriweather, but he didn't want me. But I tell you, that place is absolutely humongous. And I tell you, to have the Super Bowl in Dallas is going to be great. I think Dallas has needed something like that, and I'm looking forward to it.
Herschel, we are huge fans. How can our St. Louis listeners find you and your company on the web, or what's going on that you can promote?
What they can do is just go to www.herschelfamous34.com, and they can see what I'm doing and what's going on in my life and see my company. Because, one thing about thing with what I do, and people don't know, from my fight, all my proceeds went to charity. I gave it to a charity called Project Turnaround because I didn't get into this fight business and make money. I got into it to compete. But then from my company, 15% from everything from my company goes to charity.
That's great.
So that's what I want to show people, that I've been blessed from them, because, them coming out to watch me perform all the time and cheering me on, give me the inspiration to continue to go out there and play and perform. So I want to show that you got to give back. And if this is my way to giving back, that's what I wanted to do.
Herschel, best to you and your family. We really appreciate your time. Thanks so much.
Thank you now.
That is Herschel Walker. We'll be back with more here from Radio Row on 590 The Fan, KFNS, and KFNS.com.
Thank you.